Hello and welcome to the Eureka High School Student and Parent Athletic Presentation. This mandatory presentation is designed to provide athletes and parents with essential information they will need to make the upcoming school year successful. This presentation is taking the place of the traditional parent night that has been held at the beginning of the school year in previous years. During this presentation, you will also be given directions to access our new online athlete registration tool. This registration process is the only way a student athlete can sign up for athletics at Eureka High School. You will not be considered a member of a team until you complete this process. This new online process will enable my office to become more efficient in collecting mandatory documents such as insurance waivers, physicals, and IHSA documents. It will also allow us to automatically create rosters and communicate with parents of all teams in a more timely manner. Thank you in advance for having an open-minded view of this major change. Before we get started, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Jason Green, and I'm beginning my 14th year as the athletic director at Eureka High School. I'm very proud of the athletic tradition that exists at Eureka, and it's my honor to be leading such a fine group of coaches and student athletes. I hope you find this new online process to your liking. I feel it is a significant upgrade to our old method, and I'm excited about the future. Please do not hesitate to contact my office if you have any questions, concerns, suggestions, or joys. As always, it's a great day to be a Hornet. The mission of District 140 is to educate, empower, and support all students to reach their maximum potential. Please help our coaches reach these goals by being a positive role model both at home and in the stands. Interscholastic sports are an extension of the classroom and enrich the educational experience for all students. The school handbook covers the district's philosophy and objectives. It is easy in this day and age to lose perspective when it comes to athletics. We trust our athletes adhere to all the policies and requirements outlined in the EHS handbook, and we hope they have a wonderful experience representing EHS on and off the playing field. As parents and student athletes, it is important to know the chain of command in case you have any questions, suggestions, or concerns. I will always support students speaking to their specific sport coach first. Many questions and issues can be resolved with proper communication. I recommend the following chain of communication. 1. Athlete to coach. 2. Athlete to parent. 3. Parent to coach. And 4. Parent to athletic director. Begin first by communicating with the coach at appropriate times. Please schedule appointments and avoid contacting the coach directly before or after a contest. Please visit us at the following addresses to get the most up-to-date information regarding EHS and the EHS Athletic Department. Athletics 2000 will be the main hub for all athletic communications and will have up-to-the-minute information including schedules, results, rosters, and coaches' contact information. This is also the site you will visit to register for all sports. Players are expected to meet the following expectations as members of any Eureka High School athletic team. Please keep in mind it is a privilege to wear Eureka across your chest. Please respect and honor this privilege. Following the parent guidelines will help ensure a successful season for both you and your athlete. Please model appropriate behavior and communicate any issues that arise. For the athletic experience to be a positive one, coaches too are expected to follow a certain set of guidelines. Eureka High School coaches are well trained, well versed, and well aware of their responsibilities to the student athletes. Please keep in mind that they look at their teams from a panoramic view, whereas parents, you might only see a telescopic view. Our coaches will strive to do what is best for their teams and for your child as an individual. If at any time you have an issue with a coach, please talk to that coach directly. It is counterproductive to talk in the stands or behind a coach's back. After all, we are all in this together. The number one concern I hear from parents revolves around playing time. It bears repeating. Please talk to the coach if you have an issue with your child. Our coaches will not discuss other athletes, only your child. I suggest making an appointment before or after a practice. I will never support a parent talking to a coach directly after a game. Eureka High School has a strict no pass, no play policy in place for all student athletes. Grades will be checked every Monday to determine eligibility. If a student is failing one class at the weekly check, they will be placed on probation for 1 week. This allows them to still participate. If they are still failing at the next weekly grade check, they will become ineligible until all grades are passing. Students failing 2 or more classes will be ineligible immediately until all grades are passing. Students, it is vitally important to keep the balance of academics and athletics. Please stay on top of your schoolwork and seek help from your teachers if you need it. Most of the time, students that become ineligible are simply not turning their work in on time. Stay organized so you can stay on the court or field. Participation in athletics and other extracurricular activities is highly encouraged but remains a privilege. All students involved in extracurricular activities shall comply with these rules and regulations and conduct themselves in a manner that will bring credit and honor to themselves, their school, and their community. EHS has a zero-tolerance policy on tobacco, alcohol, and drugs. Furthermore, being at a party where underage drinking is taking place constitutes a misconduct violation and will result in consequences. See the school handbook for complete details. Here is a sample of the consequences for those who choose to violate the extracurricular code. It is important to note that there is also a misconduct portion to the code which is not listed here. Again, for a detailed description of the extracurricular code, please go to the school website www.district140.org and click on the school handbook link. Now, let's switch gears and talk about registering your child for athletics at Eureka High School. You will access the registration form at the athletic website, athletics2000.com/Eureka. Once there, you will need to click on the registration button. You will be directed to the registration page and you may begin the process of registering your athlete. Once you reach the dashboard, this is where you begin the process. Please complete all the required information as we will use this for updates through email and text messages. The information you put in is very important to receive mobile updates regarding any calendar changes. The athletic office will be able to mass email individual sports teams of any changes such as cancellations due to inclement weather. It is important to have your current email and the athlete's school email. Both cell phone numbers are equally as important. Parents may sign up for multiple sports at one time during the online registration process. This will put your student on the roster and make them eligible to try out on day 1. In the event there are cuts, the student that did not make the team will be dropped from the roster. Again, it is vitally important that you register your child for every sport they plan on trying out for. This is the only way the coach knows you have completed the necessary paperwork and are eligible to try out. If you fail to register and your student is not on the coach's list, they will not get to practice until they register and they do appear on the coach's roster. All Eureka High School student athletes are required to complete the following forms. an insurance waiver form, the presentation release form, IHSA medical release forms, and they must have a current physical on file before being allowed to practice. All the required forms are available when you register online and will be signed digitally. We will not accept the forms in any other way. Furthermore, we cannot accept physicals through this system, so you must turn this in prior to day one of practice. Do not give your physical to the coach. I repeat, do not hand it to the coach at practice. You may mail, email, fax, or bring the physical form to the main office between now and August 8th. Failure to turn a physical in prior to day one of practice will delay your start date. Again, remember to select all the sports that your son or daughter wants to participate in when registering. Even if they are unsure at this time, please select the sport. It's easier to remove them once they decide at a later date. Detailed information regarding fall practices can be found by visiting www.athletics2000.com/Eureka. Click on the individual sport for specific dates and times for those practices. As a reminder to prospective college athletes, there are guidelines set forth by the NCAA if you want to participate in college athletics. It is suggested that you meet with your counselor during your junior year to talk about and register with the NCAA clearinghouse. There are also many available resources online to assist you. We are pleased to have a great partnership with the Sports Enhancement Center of Bloomington. They will provide athletic training services to our student athletes here at Eureka High School. Matt Weil has served as our athletic trainer here at EHS and will continue to provide the best service available in Central Illinois. Services at school are free of charge. As a reminder to student athletes, they are responsible for their equipment, and if it's stolen or lost, it must be replaced at the replacement value. With the popularity of club sports growing, it is important to remember when in season, athletes must follow the guidelines set forth by the IHSA. Please communicate with your coach to understand all the guidelines of participating on a team during and outside of your season. In general, when your school team is in season, you owe it to your teammates and coaches to cease club activities. Always keep the athletic director and coach informed of any lessons that occur throughout your high school career. Lessons are allowed but cannot be held in a group setting of more than 2. Group lessons constitutes organizing as a team and is against IHSA policy. You may be asking yourself, how can I get involved? Numerous opportunities exist to support Hornet Athletics. I encourage all parents to join the Hornet Athletic Booster Club. Their major fundraiser this year will be a Booster Club membership drive. For a $25 donation, you will be entitled to be a member of the Booster Club, and it will put your name in all of their publications. 100% of all the money raised from the Booster Club goes back to the EHS programs. The Booster Club meets the second Wednesday of every month at 7 p.m. in the high school library. For more information, contact Phil Hodel, Troy Young, or Judy Boggs. This concludes the parent-athlete presentation. You may now continue to the online registration. Don't forget to fill out the necessary forms and get your physical to the main office by August 8th. On behalf of the administration and staff at EHS, I wish you much success this season. Please do not hesitate to contact me at any time throughout the year. Thank you for your time, and go Hornets!